Hello again, welcome to your daily dose of Dominions, turn 78. And I feel like it is redundant to say the war continues, and yet that is the most descriptive thing about this game. And by this game I mean Dominions 5, not just like, this particular game. So there were a couple of points that I said would be very fun to watch and important. They're hidden in here somewhere, but for the most part they're just going to be not very important. So just a bunch of raiding and moving around. So we'll get straight to the strategic map and see what the current situation is and look at them from there. Events. Hordes of people have left in search of a better place to live. What? Yomi is like one of the better capitals in my empire, and much better now that there's no turmoil scales and there are no demons there, and just nice monkeys who definitely don't beat up humans for a living. And we got the Iron Wizard. Fun fact about a little thing about mercenaries that I learned in another game recently that I'll let you guys in on a secret. For one thing, you can't get their gems. Oops. So you can give them gems, as I just did, but you can't get them back from him. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind if you are giving him gems. Don't worry, obviously this turn has already been submitted, so I haven't done that. And you can't get their items. Again, you can give them items, but when you do, you can't get them back. So if you got somebody like this and you were like, I actually don't have any Earth 3 mages, but I really, really need a, let's say, a dwarven hammer. And I'll just give him some boots, which I don't have right now, and then I'll forge a dwarven hammer with the earth boots that I gave him, and then I'll take those earth boots right back and give them to someone else. Nope, that doesn't happen. You don't get those boots back, and in fact he leaves with your boots, and he will probably wind up giving those boots to someone else when he goes and works for them, seeing as he's a mercenary. But yeah, just something to keep in mind for later. And then a lot of times the mercenaries will just leave forever as well with your magic items. Now, it wouldn't come up in normal circumstances. There's not usually a case where you'd be like, a mercenary, I'm going to kit him out with all sorts of gear. But in certain circumstances, I thought to myself, well, hey, this would be a great opportunity for me to forge something that I can't normally forge. And I did that, and I lost a pair of boots, which is not super big deal at the point in my game. This other game, it wasn't a huge deal, but that'll happen if you do something like that. So you can do it, but you'll lose those items if you try something like that. So forewarned is forearmed, and most of you watching this probably already knew that, but for anyone who didn't, there's a little fun fact for you, which you can do that kind of stuff, but at a price. So, I lost a fort here again, unfortunately. This one's still being built in 1 month. But then there's this giant army here, which might just very well move there and take that fort as well. If he saw this, he could be smart and then not kill the province and take the fort, let me finish the fort, and then still move the army on and then take a free fort for his trouble, because I can't really defend it. He did remember to apparently put 1 PD in these 2 provinces that I was attacking with scouts, so they lost, and I didn't get those. But here we won. Also, this is my movement here with these 2 raiding parties. And he was hot on my tail, but he sort of left this one alone for now. Let's go watch some fireworks, shall we? I got a bunch of sprites and tigers and fairies. Oh my. So these are sprites. You get a couple of them for free with the fairy court, and that was the thing that I was showing you. I can summon them in a battle when I was breaking the siege. They have 100% fatigue elf shot bows, which are meh, and then a useless kick, which, as the description describes, is useless. They have glamour, they're stealthy, they're magic beings, they have humongous defense skill, and that's all. That's all they got going on for them. So they put people to sleep, basically. Natural storm. I seriously doubt that it is natural. Oh, and I'm trying to snipe this guy with a bunch of mind burns. Yeah, he's already feeble-minded, so... See, and then the elf shots are not going to work against undead, so there's that. And here we go. Lightning! Lightning, lightning everywhere. He's also mind burning me right back, which is gonna not work super great. I got magic resistance 17, so that's decently high. And there come the living clouds. Oops. Oh well. Shock resistance a little bit there. Yes. Fly, my living clouds, fly. What else have I got? Oh, that's it. Yeah, and they're all gone, so there goes his army. Let's go ahead and see how many I killed. Ooh, I got a free couple of guys as well. And I killed 128. And I lost tigers and a bunch of yogis, but that's alright. And basically all the sprites. Oh, and I got a lot of Triariuses as well. So, yeah, and he killed 123 guys by himself. And all the yogis that died, unfortunately, went back out of my dominion because my pretender's no longer there. So that was sad. But, meh. The whole, reincarnation thing, if I'm just going to get a bunch of old age Bandar commanders who can't even lead my magic troops, I am not overly concerned. It would be a case for some of my yogis to respawn as other free yogis, but yeah. Alright, let's see how this battle went as well, because I did push them off. And we've got a lot of barbarians, and then I'm going to be summoning sprites. It is a lot of sprites, so there is that. And it is one of the few, if not the only, ranged summoning unit that you can get, so there is that. Some of them are, oh, that's because they're regular archers. Ah, conflagration. That's interesting. Oh, they all dead. Blade wind. Ooh, an ethereal earth elemental. And that is a lot of conflagrating. They are basically all on fire at this point. Ooh, yay. Gifts from heaven. My monkeys are running away. And they're trying to wail on these sprites, but again, ethereal and, or not ethereal, but whatchamacallit, glamour and high defense means these barbarians are not going to hit them super well. So I guess they do sort of make up a nice front line, and then I can just cast Flame Eruption at them. Yeah, fire elementals are decent against undead chaff, but oh yeah, and they're like fatigued out like a lot. So yeah, that went okay, I guess. I didn't really get a whole lot of his mages, I don't think. What province is that? Dragon Ridge. Dragon Ridge. I lose an Enchantress and a Guru. Well, I get 7 of his Augurs, and then 2 Augur Elders, so that's not bad. That gnome got away, though. I have no idea where he's getting those guys from. And I killed 60 of his barbarians. And they're scattered around here. So I'm going to go ahead and try and take him out with my thugged out, whatchamacallem, Naiad. So I actually win against the mummy. That's good. Yep, cast Swarm. Mind burn them in the face. Alright. Not bad. So yeah, he's moving in here with undead led by some Wraith Lords. And there's some more Wraith Lords over here. And then there's a Wraith Lord here. So I'm going to try and clear that off with him. The fort is only damaged, not broken, so I have a little bit of time to spare. And I think I was going to move these guys back and help out with that, but I'll just keep them chasing me around and go lock down this fort since he doesn't really have an army to drive me off. And in the meantime, I'll try and keep this fort on lockdown with this other group as well. And then he is going to go raiding. He may have put PD here, but it's only 1 PD, so I can take that. And I'll just go there, and then maybe there as well. But I gotta sit on the battlefield now. It's not locked down in a fort, so that's good. What else am I doing here? I did get a Helheim Naiad. You remember I said Naiads have homesickness, so they can't really get around very much. So this Naiad is basically the Yomi Naiad, and will clear this area around if I ever need to for basically, and then I can deck her out with stuff for thugging purposes. She's basically my fear thug with high protection, and then just a bunch of fear items. And then I can just exchange equipment with this Naiad and have the Naiads just sort of like control their little sphere of influence. I think that was my thinking, because they're not much good for going on the offensive with. But they're not terrible for holding down the fort, so to speak. And then summoning all sorts of different things, like Lamias, for example. You can summon a lot of the nature summons with Nature 3, and then with Thistle Mace you could even summon pretty much anything you want. And I am casting summoning a King of Elemental Earth here. So that's all my Earth Gems into that. We're going to move out here and clear this out again, even though there's not really any point since I can't keep it secure enough to build a fort on it. But I'll do it anyways. And then I will move out again with my thug and clear out some barbarians. And then we're going to break siege and move these guys on here. I got a lot of yogis and a lot of my crystal sorceresses, and they're going to all Communion Master. And with so many yogis, I'm going to just straight up Thunderstrike, because I was like, hey, that worked really well for me in the past. Let's do it again. All of my army is basically on Guard Commander, so that they're out of the way. And I'm just going to Thunderstrike spam the heck out of his army, let him come to me, and then when he does run into any of my troops, they're all 100% healthy, they're all sacred still. I don't think I have anyone to bless this, but it should be fine. I think it'll still be okay. I could have moved my Siddha over here and helped out with that, but I was like, they probably got it, so I'll just raid instead. And then I will raid here as well. You are going to get some eagles. I do like that. And I'm going to check with him, my fowl spawn. Hey, he's got regeneration at least. To go ahead and see if there's anybody here. Now, I'm wondering, because he's got feeble-minded, but if I cast something like Gift of Health, the feeble-minded would go away, and then he'd just be a foul spawn with all of a guru's spell levels, that is to say, 2 astral and a nature. Probably, I'd guess probably that's what would happen, but not too sure. Plus, he's undisciplined, so not necessarily better if that were to happen. I don't know how many undisciplined mages there are in the game, naturally speaking, but he's just going to ping this and see if there's any PD there. He has put PD here, so I can probably, I guess, infer from that he has at least 1 PD everywhere. Good for him. Learning. Yeah, that's all for this turn. I'm going to get the Whispering Legion in 169. 169 is... where? Somewhere. I feel like there is a search option for provinces. No, wait, is that how much I spent on it? Sorry, 84. Land 84. My mistake. You guys are probably like screaming it's 84. Okay, there. So yeah, I think I mentioned in another video that if you buy mercenaries in the province that you want to defend, it's not going to work out for you. This is an example of that. Spoilers, this gets attacked and he dies and I lose my palisade again, and also all the mercenaries that I summon there. So that happens, just FYI, for you to remember for next time. I didn't even claim this throne. Oh well. I could have teleported there and probably saved it, but that was outside my dominion, so not worth it. Just a bunch of Tartarians there. I'll deal with them when I can. Alright, he's building a palisade here. That's all for this turn. See you guys later, and have a good night.